Hi there, and welcome to practice. Today's class will be opening up our hips. You might want a couple of blocks in addition to your yoga mat, so gather up your supplies. And we'll meet in Supta Baddha Konasana on our backs. Take a moment to arrive in your space. And as you settle in, we'll take a few cleansing breaths. Begin by exhaling any air out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Once again, big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. And again, fill up. And let it go. Now begin to bring your hands underneath your knees to close your knees up like the ceiling. And from there, begin to hug your knees into your chest, perhaps finding a little sway side to side. Setting up for figure four next, plant your feet and stack your right ankle on top of your left. You can press your right knee away from your body or begin to lift your legs. Take a grip behind your left knee, flex your toes, and pull both legs in towards your chest. Take some time here breathing into the sensation and allow your shoulders to relax back down onto your yoga mat. Now keep your legs like they are. Reach your arms to a T or a cactus. Plant your left foot and then bring your knees over to the left for an easy twist. Your right foot will plant. Feel free to gaze over your right shoulder to complete your twist here. Again, relax both shoulders and both hips as you breathe into this twist. Take just one more round of breath in this twist. And then use your next inhale to engage your core just enough to unwind. Uncross your right leg from your left, and then stack your left ankle on top of your right knee. If available, come to the same figure four variation as you did before. And again, flex your toes and relax head, neck, and shoulders back down to the mat. Reach your hips evenly towards the top of your space here. And send your breath into your left hip. I'm going to start to release the grip on your legs. Reach your arms to a T or a cactus. Plant your right foot and then dial your knees over to the right for your figure four twist. Maybe gaze left to complete your twist. And relax all of your muscles here. Allow gravity to do most of the work. Use your next inhale to unwind. Uncross your legs, hug your knees into your chest, and then open up into a happy baby. Sticking your arms through your legs, capturing outer edges of feet, ankles, or behind your knees. Reach your tailbone long onto the mat. And if it feels good, feel free to sway side to side here or to extend one leg long and then the other. Begin to hug your knees back into your chest. Bring your hands behind the creases of your knees. Start to rock and roll forward and back along the length of your spine. Take a few rock and rolls until you make your way into boat pose, finding that sweet point of balance on your hips. From there, lift your heart and reach the crown of your head high towards the ceiling. Feel free to release the grip behind your knees and or to extend your legs long. Keep engaging the core and lengthening your spine here. Check in with your breath. Now gently release your feet down to the mat. And then setting up for a butterfly stretch, bring your feet together and your knees out wide. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, begin to crawl forward into your stretch. Feel free to relax through the neck here and let your head hang heavy to stretch your upper back, in addition to your hips here. The next inhale, begin to walk your hands up towards you to make your way back into a seat. Bring your hands underneath your knees, close your knees up, and then bring them behind you. Make your way into tabletop shape, all fours. Inhale, make your way into cow pose. Drop your belly as you lift your tailbone and your gaze. And exhale to cat, tuck and curl. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now continue to alternate between these two for a few more rounds of breath, loosening up spine, hips, and shoulders. Feel free to add on any other movements that feel good here. After your next exhale, make your way into your nice, long, neutral spine tabletop. And from there, spread your fingers wide, step back to your high plank position. Draw your heels back towards the back of your space and the crown of your head forward. Engage your legs and hug your navel up and in. Gaze towards the top of your mat so your head stays lifted here, and unclench your jaw. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. You have a little time to work your dog, so feel free to bend one knee and then the other. Sway your heels or your torso, shake out your head. Checking in with alignment, spread your fingers wide and press your hands forward to melt your heart back towards your thighs. Tilt your tailbone high towards the ceiling. Take an inhale. Now on your exhale, ragdoll, begin to tiptoe your feet forward to meet your hands. You can widen your stance here and bend your knees to give your hamstrings a break. Allow your torso and your neck to hang heavy here. It might feel good to shift your weight forward and back, side to side. Now toe heel your feet to your stance, hip width distance or big toes to touch. Soften your knees and we'll round up one vertebra at a time. Once you've made your way to standing, we'll meet with our hands at heart center, eyes can blink to closed. If you have any intention for your practice today, take a moment to set it. And we'll take an inhale into that intention. On your exhale, begin to release your hands down. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Take a moment here to engage, lifting your kneecaps, engaging your core. Now begin to clasp your right wrist with your left fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, side body stretch over to the left. Engage your core here to protect your lower back. And as you press into the feet, you can use that leverage to bump your hips further over to the right for a deeper stretch. Use your next inhale to lift back up. Swap out your grip and exhale, side bend over to the right. Draw your shoulders down your back and spiral left shoulder slightly back so your shoulders stay even here. Use your next inhale breath to lift back up, release your grip, and exhale, cactus back bend. Squeeze your shoulder blades, perhaps soften your knees here to give your lower back a little break. Think more about lifting your heart up than arching back. Inhale, release to your upward salute, and exhale, dive over your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, back comes to straight. Exhale, release back down, plant your hands, step back to your high plank position. Feel free to use your knees for support as you lower all the way down to your stomach. Elbows graze your sides on the way down. Untuck your toes, and inhale, lift your heart for your low cobra. Use mostly the strength of your back here to lift you, and keep your chin tucked so your gaze stays low and your neck long. Inhale, lift just a little higher, and exhale, release back down. Inhale, curl up, low cobra. Exhale, release. And inhale, best one yet, low cobra. And exhale, chin to the mat. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, press the ground away, tabletop or high plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. And exhale, runner's lunge. Step your right foot on the outer edge of your right hand. Feel free to double over your mat as you tap your left knee down. You're welcome to stay lifted on your hands here, to drop to forearms on a block, or forearms all the way down onto your mat. You might pivot your right foot to about 45 degrees to give your hips a little bit more space to sink forward. With your next inhale, lift back up to your hands. Toe heel your right foot a little bit more to the left and then walk hands and hips back for half splits. Stack your left hip over your left knee and bring your right leg to straight. Press your right heel down into the mat and draw your hips back behind you to increase the sensation of this stretch. Keep your spine nice and straight here. Through next inhale, make your way into low lunge. Crawl your hands forward, tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee, and exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg for runner's lunge, and exhale, runner's lunge. Bring your left foot on the outer left edge of your mat, tap your right knee down, and move back to the arm variation option of your choice. If you notice your body needs something a little different on this side, please respect it and either back off or deepen in. Allow your hips to sink forward and notice the sensation in your left hip and the front of your right. Just like before, lift back up to your hands, toe heel left foot a little right, and then walk hands and hips back into half splits. Find a little bit of a cow pose in your lower back, tilting your tailbone up, and reach your heart forward towards your toes to lengthen your spine here. You can intensify the calf stretch by flexing your toes towards your face. Use your next inhale to make your way back forward into your low lunge. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and exhale, downward facing dog. Give it a little shake. Now inhale, bend your knees, look between your hands. Exhale, step, or hop to the top of your space, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Draw your weight back towards your heels and reach your hips way back and down. Hug your navel up and in as you lift your heart and relax your shoulders down your back. Final breath in, and exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to your high plank. From there, chaturanga or not on your way to down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra if flowing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg behind you, bend your knee, open up your hip. Feel free to take some knee or foot circles here, loosening up that space. Now inhale, re-extend, three-legged dog, and exhale, bring your knee to your nose, curl forward. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, twist right knee to left elbow. Inhale, reach. And exhale, right knee to right elbow, engage. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, step or guide your foot through to your low lunge. Find your balance. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, crescent lunge. Square your hips here by guiding your right hip back and your left hip forward. Pull your feet towards one another to engage your legs. Inhale here, and exhale, vertical twist to the right. Bring your right arm behind you, left arm in front. Reach your arms in opposite directions. Keep pressing evenly into both feet. Use the leverage of pressing into your back foot to lift your left hip here. Engage your core. Inhale, unwind, crescent lunge. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Take a moment to find your alignment. Now inhale, modified triangle, soft straighten your front knee, bring your palms together. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, modified triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, modified triangle. And exhale, settle into your best warrior two. Just like crescent lunge, pull your feet towards one another, engage your inner thighs. Reach actively in opposite directions, but soften your shoulders. Engage your core. Inhale, reverse warrior, flip your right palm, reach up and overhead. Left hand can come to left hip, thigh, or into a half bind. Use inhales to reach more back behind you, and exhales to drive your lunge. Final breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, reach your arms to a T, reach forward. Drop right elbow to right thigh, left arm reaches up and overhead. Twist your heart towards the ceiling here as you draw your shoulders more towards your hips than your ears. Keep driving your strong lunge. Now begin to find more engagement through the sides of your core. Inhale, lift up, star pose, toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, dive forward, prasarita stretch. Hands can come down to the mat, or perhaps behind your heels for a little extra leverage to pull. Relax through your torso and your head. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, skandasana to the back of your mat. Walk your hands towards your left foot. Extend your right leg long, bring your right heel to the mat. Stay here or test your balance, bringing your hands into prayer position. If so, lengthen the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Bring your hands back to the mat and make your way forward into your low lunge towards the top of your space. Both feet point towards the short edge of your mat. Plant your hands. Inhale, step back to your high plank position. Exhale, chaturanga or skip it. If flowing, inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. And again, bend your knee. And take some time to circle out ankle or knee. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, tack your left tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step or guide it through to your lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms reach overhead. Again, square your hips here. As you press into your back toes, sink deeper into your lunge. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, vertical twist to the left. Reach your arms in opposite direction. Torso faces towards your bent knee. Continue to pull your feet towards one another and soften your shoulders. Option here to gaze behind you to test your balance. Inhale, unwind, crescent lunge. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Back into our kriya. Inhale, modified triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, modified triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, modified triangle. And exhale, best warrior two so far on this side. Press a little bit more deeply into the knife edge of your back right foot here to lift your back arch. And stack your shoulders over your hips. Unclench your jaw. Inhale, reverse warrior. Flip your left palm, reach up and overhead. Continue to drive your deep lunge. And perhaps gaze back past your right toes for a bit of a neck stretch here. One more breath in. And exhale, extended side angle, reach forward, forward, forward. Left elbow to left thigh, right arm reaches up and overhead. Don't forget to twist your heart towards the ceiling and draw your shoulders down towards your hips. Find that extra side body engagement. Inhale, pull up, star pose. And exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, surrender forward, prasarita stretch. Once again, a few moments here to hang. Feel free to take your variation, maybe find a sway. Release your hands underneath you. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, skandasana to the back of your space. This time, walk your hands back to your right foot. Bend your right knee. Bring your left heel down to the mat. And again, maybe hands to prayer position here to test your balance. Keep lifting your heart. One more breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your space. Come forward. Plant your hands. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, chaturanga or not. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Let's flow. Inhale, lift your right leg behind you. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step or guide it through to your lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, prasarita. Inhale, skandasana to the back. And exhale, low lunge to the top of your space. Inhale, high plank, step back. Exhale, chaturanga or not will meet in down dog. Inhale, upward facing dog or low cobra. And exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, step through to your lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, lift up, star pose. Exhale, prasarita. Inhale, skandasana to the back. Exhale, low lunge to the top of your space. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga or nataranga. Again, we'll meet in downward facing dog. We'll move through this flow one more time. Take a moment to come back into your body. Here we go. Inhale, lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, re-extend. And exhale, step through to your lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, prasarita. Inhale, skandasana to the back of your mat. And exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, maybe ekapada, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, last side. Inhale, lift your left. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, re-extend. And exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, star pose. And exhale, prasarita. Inhale, skandasana to the back of your space. And exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, high plank. Exhale again, maybe ekapada, chaturanga or not. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to come back into your breath. Now inhale, ripple forward to your high plank position. From there, drop down to your forearms, forearm plank. Find your alignment. Reach the crown of your head forward and your heels back. Engage your core. And gaze between your thumbs here to keep your head lifted. Come back into your breath. We're more than halfway there. Final inhale breath, you've got this. And exhale, child's pose. Bring your knees to about the width of your mat, your feet together, and sink your hips back towards your heels. You can reach your fingertips forward here as you move back into your breath. In a moment, we'll move into a slower flow with our peak pose. But for now, come back into the sensations that child pose creates in your body. And begin to make your way back into downward facing dog. If you'd like another chaturanga, feel free. Now down dog, inhale, bend your knees, look between your hands. And exhale, travel to the top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way overhead, upward salute. and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, chair pose. You can keep your hands at heart center. Shift your weight to your right foot and then cross your left leg over for figure 4. Reach your hips evenly back and engage your core here. Find that one point of focus, your drishti point. Now inhale, begin to lift up to one-legged Tadasana. Keep your left knee bent and lifted. And exhale, guide it back to your warrior 1 stance. Your foot arrives about hip-width distance, close enough that your heel comes down. Once you're set up, reach your arms up and overhead. Press into your feet to square your hips here. And press into the knife edge of your back foot to lift your left arch. Drive your lunge. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, soft straighten your front leg. And exhale, pyramid pose, begin to hinge forward. Once you get about halfway down, you can release your hands down to your mat, your blocks, or perhaps to your front shin for a little lift. If you find that your back heel is wanting to lift, step your back foot a little closer to your front to keep it planted. Feel free to release your neck. Now plant your hands, bend your front knee, step a little further back, and then step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Begin to shift your weight into your left foot and bring your left hand to your left hip. Bend your right knee, lift it, and then capture the outer edge of your right knee with your right hand. Bring your left hand into a goal post as you dial your right leg out to the right for extended hand to big toe pose. As you press the ground away, lengthen the crown of your head high towards the ceiling of your space. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, and then release, shake it out. Make your way back into your chair pose. This time weight comes into your left leg as you cross your right leg over for figure 4. Lengthen your spine and come back into your breath. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, keep your right knee lifted, and exhale, step back into your warrior 1 stance. Again, take a moment to adjust your stance, square your hips, and then soften your shoulders. Always an option to adjust your front foot to make the shape feel more comfortable. Now bring your hands to your hips, inhale, soft straighten your front leg, and exhale, hinge forward into pyramid pose. As you press into your feet, use that leverage to spiral your hips more back behind you rather than out to the left. Start to plant your hands. Bend your left knee, step your right foot further back. Step forward to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Weight comes to your right leg. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Left hand to outside of left knee. Once you feel set up, dial your left knee out to the left. Perhaps bring your right arm to a cactus or a T. Really press the ground away, stand tall, and engage your core to keep your balance. Now begin to dial your knee back to neutral, replant your foot, take a moment to shake it out, and then hinge forward into your ragdoll or your gorilla pose. You might slide your hands underneath your feet to stretch your hands, and perhaps wiggle your toes for a little wrist stretch. Relax everything here. Now release your hands from your feet, bend your knees, and take a seat on your mat. From here, extend your legs long in front of you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, surrender forward into your seated forward bend. Feel free to rest your arms by your legs, or perhaps to grab onto the outer edges of your feet to pull into your stretch. Deepen your breath here to increase the stretch through the back lines of your body. Now use your next inhale breath to start to walk your hands back up towards your hips, coming into a seat. Bend your knees and bring your toes towards the top of your space. Engage your core, reach your arms forward, and roll down onto your back as slowly as possible. Work to keep your feet planted on the way down. Once you arrive, begin to walk your feet closer to your hips for bridge pose. You'll arrive about hip-width distance and underneath your knees. Press into your feet to lift your hips high into the air, bridge pose. The option here to slide a block underneath your hips or to create a fist. Inhale, lift just a little higher, and exhale, gently lower back down to your hips. As you arrive here, step your feet just a little wider, bring your arms to a T or a cactus, and start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. The next time your knees fall over to the left, hold there. You can stay in this variation of a twist or lift your front left foot and place it on top of your right knee for an additional hip stretch. Perhaps gaze over your right shoulder to twist your neck, and then relax both shoulders and hips. Begin to slide your foot off of your knee if it's there. Inhale, bring your knees back to neutral, and take a few more windshield wipers side to side. This time, the next time your knees fall over to the right, we'll keep them there. If you took that extra leg variation before, lift your right foot and place it on top of your left knee, finding a little extra hip lift. Perhaps gaze over your left shoulder and then relax. Allow gravity to do most of the work here. Slide your foot off of your knee. Bring your gaze back to neutral, your knees back overhead. And this time begin to gather your knees into your chest. Stay here or open up into a happy baby, capturing for outer edges of feet, ankles, or behind your knees. Perhaps enjoy a side to side sway. Happy baby is the last shape I have planned before Shavasana. So if you'd like anything else, move there now. And when you are ready to release into your final Shavasana, it is yours. I'll leave you here today. Please stay for as long as feels right for you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel great after class. Have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.